Greetings. The time is 10:14, January 6th, on this Saturday evening, 2024. I was just listening to one of my readers, not my readers, but one of my spiritual members, and please hear me out. I think I want to title this one, If the Almighty Pleases, and He guides my tongue and make sure that I say things in a manner that is pleasing to Him. Let me see if I can tell a little bit of a story. I'll call this damage control. My phone calls, my emails, my private conversations that I have with myself that is not released to the public as of yet. Damage control. Please hear me. Please respect what I'm saying. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, and translate it to whatever language you need to, if the shoe was on the other foot, imagine you being in your tub and or your home and or your personal space, whatever that it may be, wherever it may be. And you're having a conversation with yourself and or with the Almighty and or with another person. How would you like it if the conversation that was stated and set for a later date to be released to the public was released to the public before you could do that at the viewer's discretion or the person listening discretion? How would you like to be robbed of your intellectual property, violating human and civil rights of said individuals? Because it's not only happening to me, it's happening to a lot of people. I'm only asking as a mom, as a wife, as a girlfriend, as a sister, as a grandmother, as a daughter. Now flip the roles. A grandpa, a dad, an uncle, a brother, a nephew, a son. How would you like it if your personal conversation that you were having, whether it was with someone else, or with the Almighty, could potentially, without the proper understanding of where the conversation was going, what prompted that conversation, how would you like it if that conversation could cause severe damage to someone because the words and the message was taken out of context and spread throughout the world? How would you like that? You got people coming up to you, you don't even know what's going on. But yet and still everybody else knows, but you don't know. How would you like it? It's called civil rights violation, because civilly, you're still being raped of your intellectual property. It's called privacy, aka stalking, electronically on the internet, stealing your intellectual property off of your phone and broadcasting it to the world. How would you like it when people walk up to you, complete strangers, and cause you harm and or your child, when you don't even have the full details Or better yet, they don't have full details as to what prompted that conversation. How would you like it if someone came to cause you damage? Or damage to your child or family member or loved one? How would you like it? I'm just curious. Me, I wouldn't like it because, like I said, it's a lot of things that is not being stated to me. There's a lot of alleged allegations going around that's being thrown around like candy to the world. There are recordings that should never be played until a certain time because there is a storyline that is being put together for a lot of people. There's bit of pieces not even put together of an entire puzzle called someone's life. But yet and still you got bits and pieces that are being released to the public without a person's knowledge. So I'm again going to ask for damage control. Can you control the damage and don't damage the property, the situation, the conversations, the intellectual property and privacy of others? Please don't harm nobody without having the full story. Please. I don't dislike anybody, and I don't want anybody to come up harmed because someone take bits and pieces of a conversation and hang on to a word or two that has nothing to do with the bigger picture of a person's life. Just taking bits and pieces. Please don't harm someone without having the full story. I felt a shift earlier, and I was prompted to look into a different region on the map. I don't know why. I just know I was prompted. Many innocent beings have lost their lives because they went off half-cocked with just a little bit of information and ran with that story, and it went left and or right without having the full story. So please do me a favor. Let's see if we can do some damage control and not take what a person says out of context. Please. And I say this out of love for all of Daddy's true children that has a heart, that has a family, that has a brain. Please. Because to my knowledge, I don't have my parents. And I watch my dad stand up to a lot of people. I've nursed him back to health too, from a lot of damage that he was trying to control because he was protecting his family. Please, before you take somebody's intellectual property and take it out of context and put it out there for the world to hear and view, without permission, of course, Can we control how it is perceived? Because I'm hearing about, I want to say about 4 different people already who took my intellectual property as well as other people's intellectual properties and interwoven them into another story. Oops, did I say that out loud? Oh my goodness. Daddy, please. I'm only asking because I do love people. And the Almighty doesn't desire anyone to come up hurt behind something that was stated and or taken out of context. I'm not going to lie to nobody about any of my personal experiences. I will get my story out there, but no one can tell my story better than I can. It's just a little concerning to hear how somebody could become hurt because the story is being put out there before having the full story. May the Almighty put it in the hearts of the right people to realize that humans do have a heart and everybody's got a backstory. And not all stories need to be shared with the public. Before it's time. Because the devil is the one who comes to kill, steal, and destroy. What? Family structure. And someone's intellectual property is their structure. That belongs to that family. Please, you guys. Please. Can we get all the facts and allow a person to speak of their own accord, of course, before we start reacting and causing damage that once it's done can't be controlled? I don't know where that picture come from, but I'm just asking. Gratitude. I still don't know who's doing what, because like I said, I'm not getting my physical messages. I'm still being meted out what others think I should have. And my only lines of communication is watching videos. This is so bizarre. Mm. Anyway, gratitude. Thank you for listening to me rant.